Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is IMX Sports with another football video, and today I'm talking about my NFL Conference Championship predictions. I'm going over both the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game. I'm giving you my score predictions, how I think the game is going to go down, and all that good stuff. This last week with the divisional round, I did significantly worse than last year, if I'm going to be completely honest. Last year, I was 4 for 4 in the divisional round. I got all 4 games correct. I actually got the last 4 conference. I got the last 4 divisional, 2 conference championships, and the Super Bowl. All 7 of those games correct. This season, I have started off 0 for 4. I picked one upset last week. I picked Buffalo to beat Kansas City. I thought that they played a phenomenal game against the Patriots, and I expected Buffalo to go into Kansas City and not only play well, but able to get a win. That did not happen. They got the lead with 13 seconds left in the game, and Patrick Mahomes went down the field, tied it up, and scored in overtime. So, and then the other 3 games, I picked the favorites in all 3 of those games, but the 49ers game was the one that I was most unsure about. I thought that the 49ers had a pretty decent chance of winning that one, and they ended up winning. As for the Rams-Bucks game, I chose Tampa because personally, I don't bet against Tom Brady. I don't think that's a smart choice. The Rams do have a phenomenal team, though. And the last game was the Bengals Titans. I genuinely thought the Titans were the best team, were arguably the best team in the NFL at the end of the season. And so going into this week, I picked them, and yeah, all went downhill from there. So starting off, we have Chiefs Bengals. I have the Chiefs winning this game 38-37. I think that both of I expect both of these games to be high scoring games, but I can see the Niners Rams game being low scoring. I don't see Chiefs Bengals being low scoring, especially after what we saw last week from the Chiefs Bills game. The Bengals have had a pretty solid defense. They've had 2 very low scoring games in the playoffs so far this season. 19-16, and I believe the first week was 23-19 or something around those lines, something along those lines, 23-17 maybe. I don't remember exactly what the score of Bengals Raiders was, but it was both of them were pretty close, very low scoring games. Kansas City has had 2 very close, very high scoring games. Sorry, the first one wasn't close. It was against the Steelers, but they've scored a lot of points in both games. But the second one was literally down to the last second. And I think that this game, the offensive power of Kansas City is going to overpower the defense of the Bengals, and I think that they're going to get an early lead. I think Cincinnati is going to try and come back, but the Chiefs are going to be up 38-30 going into the fourth quarter. They're going to run out the clock. Maybe not 38-30 going into the fourth quarter, but maybe they'll be up 31 to 23 going into the fourth quarter, and then they're going to score once, and the Bengals are going to score twice, trying to get back in it, and maybe miss a 2-point conversion or something. I don't know, but I have the Chiefs winning 38-37. I think that it's going to be a very close game. I think that the Chiefs are going to score more touchdowns, but the Bengals are still going to get down the field very efficiently and get a good number of field goals in. I have them scoring 4 touchdowns and 3 field goals. But this isn't really a realistic score because they would have to go for 2, I guess. So probably 38-36, more like that. Because if you're getting up to 37, you go for 2 and miss it. That's my prediction. I think that it's going to be the Bengals are going to have to go for 2 in a situation, and they're not going to get it. That's how I think the game is going to end. Both of these teams have fantastic explosive offenses. Jamar Chase and Tyler Higbee are the main. Not Tyler Higbee, Jamar Chase. I can't think of the number 2 receiver at the Bengals, but Jamar Chase has had a fantastic season this year. He's really blown out in the last couple of weeks, especially in the playoffs. And Joe Burrow has been not perfect, but he's been as consistent as a quarterback can possibly be over the last few weeks. And Patrick Mahomes has as well, to be honest. I think he has a passer rating of 137 so far for the playoffs this year. He's doing phenomenal stuff. He has, I think, almost 800 yards and 8 touchdowns in the playoffs already, which is 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in both games. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon, and I think that he's going to bring that same energy here. In the NFC Championship game, I have the 49ers beating the Rams. Yes, I do have the Rams with Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp, um, their tight end, and Sony Michel and Cam Akers and that fantastic Rams defense. I have them losing to Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers, and I have a rematch of Super Bowl 54 in the books. With that being said, I think that this game is very likely to be low scoring. I have the score 33 to 31 simply because the 49ers have put up a lot of points than the Rams both times that they've played them. I think they'll put up a lot of points again, and the 49ers simply have had in my opinion, have simply had a better season than the Rams have. The Rams are 4-5 against playoff teams, 2 of those wins being in the last 2 weeks, very impressive wins. The 49ers are 6-4 against playoff caliber teams. So the Rams are below 500. The Niners are 6-4, a full game above 500. That being said, they also beat the Rams twice in the regular season, which accounts for a lot of that. If they had lost to them in one of those games, they would both be fairly even. With the Rams would be 5-5, and then 4-4, and the Niners would be 5-4. But I think that based off of the fact that the Niners have already beaten the Rams twice this season, they've beaten the Rams, I think, the last 6 times in a row that they've faced each other. They beat Green Bay, who the Rams were unable to contain, especially with their defensive front in that game. And their defense has been very good at containing teams this season. They kept the Cardinals to 17 when the Cardinals were at their peak. The offense didn't score a lot, but they did keep them to 17. They kept Green Bay to 10 points last week. They kept the Rams to 10 points in their first matchup. And not a lot of teams have scored 30 points on this defense. I think that because of the severity of the importance of the game, the Rams are going to show up. Their offense will be able to score those 30 points. But I think that the 49ers are going to be more efficient, and Jimmy Garoppolo will finish with his second game-winning drive of this playoff season. I think that it's going to be a very back-and-forth game. And considering the 49ers are usually a one-half team, they play super strong for one half and not great in the other one. I think that this game is really going to depend on what half the 49ers play well in. If they play well in the first half, then the Rams have the advantage. If they play well in the second half, then the 49ers have the advantage, like they did in the Packers game. I think that the most important thing is that if the 49ers are down by more than 7 going into halftime, I think it's going to be rough. But I think that the 49ers being down like between 3 and 7 points, honestly would be beneficial for them, especially if they can get the ball first in the second half. So 49ers, I have beaten the Rams. And I think that if they defer to the second half, get the ball first in the second half, the 49ers have a very good chance of winning this game. So those are my predictions for the AFC and NFC Championship games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Crazy week of games last week. I only expect the same this week. There's been a lot of really close matchups, except for the wild card round, and I'm excited for more football. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the playoffs, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.